When you saw an opportunity, you built a business around it. And every day since, you've kept a sharp eye on ways to evolve and keep your business thriving. It takes courage, creativity, and a clear perspective. At Bremer Bank, we understand that your business is the result of your hard work and ingenuity, and we're here to support you with solutions when you spot an opportunity to grow. Work with Bremer Bank, because understanding is everything.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Financially Fit Podcast. I am your host, Andre Creighton. I'm really excited to be here with you all today, and it's been a great Q1 of 2025, and hopefully you've been using this time to really set a good foundation for building off the goals that you set towards the end of 2024, heading into 2025, and hopefully those things are coming to fruition. I know that the economy has been a little bit challenging in this quarter with the administrative changes and all of the executive orders that are going in from the current administration. But what I will tell you is hang in there. What we do know is that uh, the market tends to always recorrect itself, and that it does typically return about 12.5%. So I think that um, we will see some recovery here. It's just a matter of what that timing looks like. So, if you're new to this podcast, this is the podcast where we work to be maniacal every single day towards our goals. This is not a place where you're going to find that $1 million idea that's going to make you a millionaire overnight. But this is a place where together we can build a community that's focused on building good habits towards building that financial wealth and freedom that we'd like to see. So, I always say it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We are truly on a journey to be making ourselves financially fit. Just like you go to the gym to get fit and stay in shape, and you're looking at your physical health, we're looking at your financial health, and we're going to do whatever we can to be preventative, but also be forward thinking to help put you in the best and possible health from a financial standpoint as that we can. So, with that being said, today we're going to talk about the importance of your 5 year and 10 year goals. So, I'm going to start back, and I haven't done this in a while, but I used to, when I first started doing these podcasts, tell stories, and I try to keep them pretty quick because no one wants to just hear someone ramble. But, back when I was probably, gosh, 25, I'd been working in the workforce for about 3 years post college, and I started to think about, what do I want to see in my life in the next 5 years? By the time I hit 30, what do I want to see? And there are a few things that were measurable that I wanted to be able to see and speak into existence for myself. So the first was I wanted to be able to make six figures. I wanted to make a six-figure salary. I wanted to have a home. I wanted to potentially be married and have a kid or two, um, and I wasn't putting strenuous I wasn't putting these timelines in place to say like this has to happen or like I'm going to force these things to happen, but it was more so I wanted to set a goal for myself of like where I hope to be. um, I'm proud to say that by 30 I'd hit two of those goals. And I think that the reason why I hit two of those goals was because I had spoken them into existence, but also put pen to paper, and I had visibility into what I was striving for. So, you know, um, there's a lot of people that say that you can't achieve it if you can't see it, right? Or if you see it, you can achieve it, right? And I truly believe that. I believe if you put pen to paper and you write your goals down, it makes it that much more attainable for you. And it allows you to be able to measure your progress along the way towards that goal within that time frame that you're hoping to hit that goal. So the reason why a 5-year plan is important, obviously, it focuses on the short and midterm goals. That could be anywhere from like buying a home to paying down your debt to building an emergency fund. These are typical things that we see people striving for in the short to midterm in a 5-year plan. So it's very important to have that, because while 10-year plan is important, it's with it being so far out, it's hard to really see it, um, you know, on day one. It's hard to see like where you're going and where that direction looks like, because 10 years, a lot changes in 10 years. So, a 10-year plan may look something like, it's a longer term goal. It could be, thinking about like an early retirement. It could be, accumulating wealth, or it could be just like s- uh, high level, like just financial independency in general, right? So, but if you think about, let's maybe take financial independence, right? Well, if that's your 10-year goal, well, your 5-year goal might look like, hey, I want to pay off my debt. I want to build an emergency fund. I want to build um, some investment funds, whether that's putting towards retirement or investing personally in stocks, maybe doing some day trading, whatever it may look like. I think that is what. But if you look at those 5-year goals, those things drive your goal to 10 years, to that 10-year goal of being financial independent, right? So I look at the 10-year goal as like the tree, right? And I look at the 5-year goal as like the branches from the tree, right? Um, so let's talk a little bit about just the goals in general. So we want to be able to provide clear direction, and understand clearly and define what our goals are. Honestly, they could be SMART goals. You want to make sure that they're measurable, and that they're achievable. And um, you don't want to make a goal so easy to achieve that you don't have to put any effort in, right? You want to challenge yourself a little bit, but you also don't want it to be completely unattainable, right? Either, because then once you get to that point where you had expected to hit your goal and you didn't, and it was maybe not an attainable goal from the jump. Now you're at a point where maybe you won't want to set goals in the future because the fear of failure creeps in, right? So we want to be clear, concise, and we want to set goals that are clearly measurable and somewhat obtainable. Um, the goals are important because, they help build wealth and security. So, planning really ensures, you're consistent with your saving, your investing. It helps you avoid lifestyle inflation. So you think about, there's a term called keeping up with the Joneses, right? Your life doesn't need to look like the person next to you or your friend, and their life doesn't need to look like yours. And you don't need to feel like you have to compete with them or keep up with them to live a certain lifestyle. That's where a lot of people get into trouble, is when they're trying to um, live like someone else, but they don't actually understand what that person's financial picture looks like, right? That person could have generational wealth through a trust. That person could have just gotten a huge bonus. That person could have just sold a company and made a lot of money, right? Um, we have to be really thoughtful and not trying to keep up with other people and living the lifestyle that we want to lead. Ultimately, the goal here, is we want to build our net worth. Our net worth is so important. That is the amount that of assets you accumulate less the liabilities that you owe, right? So that's how we calculate our net worth, and it's so important in our um, calculation of how we're doing as far as our financial independence. So like if you go to Forbes, you'll see a lot of like the very, very, very rich, and they define the rich based on their net worth, right? So it's important to let's continue trying to accumulate these assets. Let's continue to pay down liabilities, and let's continue to build towards our goal of being financially free. So it also helps us improve setting these goals helps us improve our budgeting and spending habits. So honestly, it just provides a structured plan. It makes you be intentional with your money. and it helps you avoid unnecessary debt. We know that debt, while it's not terrible for you, we know that utilizing too much debt can cripple you to a point where you're not able to attain the assets that you need to continue to increase that net worth. So we want to be able to control that. We want to control our spending, and we want to ensure that we're living within our means. So the next one is, we want to reduce financial stress and increase confidence. So, um, I think, tracking your milestones like buying a house or starting a business or retiring comfortably, you want to be able to track those things. And the reason why is because it gives you peace of mind. It gives you that peace of mind and that you're heading towards the right path towards that financial freedom. What we do know is that when you are stressed about money, this has negative effects on not only just your emotional and physical, but just health in general, right? And when you're carrying that type of stress over time, that's going to affect you health wise, which also is going to affect your pockets because maybe you're having to spend more to pay for whatever health procedures or issues that you're dealing with. So we want to make sure that we are managing our financial stress as best as possible. Obviously, things come up, and there's going to be adversity, and we have to figure out how to prevail. But the reality is, the more that we can prepare ourselves for that, the more that we can be planful and have the nest egg that we need, the better that we're going to be from a financial stress standpoint um, uh, when those things occur. So, just preparing for those unexpected life events. Having a well-structured plan, having an emergency fund goes a long way. I always say that the emergency fund is the first thing that you should be doing. So before you start investing money, obviously if you have debt, you want to pay down that first. But once you have your debt at a comfortable spot, your emergency fund is the next thing that you want to be working on. You want to have 4 to 6 months of necessary expenses on hand in a liquid cash position, ready to go if something does happen. And then the last I'll say is just like the financial goals, setting those in a 5 and 10 year kind of increments provides you an opportunity to maximize your investment growth. So, long-term financial plan allows you to really um, compound that growth and investments. It helps you build passive income, and then also, obviously, secure future financial independence. So, it's very important that we are intentional about the way that we invest, or maniacal every day towards continuing to improve on our investment strategies, because that compounding growth is what's going to get you to that retirement a lot quicker. So, some of the things I'm focused on right now. I'm still focused on continuing to pay down my debt. Obviously my debt's in a very manageable position where, I'm 30% under 30% of my total utilization, which is great for my credit score. But I want to continue to work on that and pay down debt. One of my other goals is, I want to be able to get to a point where I could have maybe a franchise or two, or maybe a couple real estate properties, be able to create some passive income where I'm making money while I'm sleeping, or I'm making money while I'm working on other things, right? That is the goal, and that's how truly you get to that financial freedom and to a point where you really can take back over your life. So with that being said, go out and set those 5 year goals, set those 10 year goals, and let's crush it. Like let's really be maniacal every day towards those goals, and let's stay focused on them. Let's not let people take us away from our goals. Let's not focus on um, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, let's be who we are meant to be, and let's lead the life that we want to lead. So, with that being said, I am your host, Andre Creighton. I appreciate you all being here with me today. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you all again on the next episode of Financially Fit Podcast. Take care. Deuces.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh. But did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.